Hello, viewers. This is Lex Consilium Foundation, Major General Neelendra Kumar, for the playlist Going Strong in conversation with Professor Balram Gupta, well known law academic, professor, and also a one time head as the director of the National Judicial Academy based in Bhopal, and subsequently of the Punjab and Haryana Punjab Judicial Academy, and not to leave out his glorious innings in law practice before Punjab and Haryana High Court, where he was designated a senior advocate. Now, we were talking about your impressions of the National Judicial Academy, Bhopal, where you were the director. Would you like to add something to that?
That's right. See, talking about the judges and the temper that they sometimes happen to lose, I was referring to Shakespeare's quote. He had actually said, "He is a fool who cannot get angry, but he is wise who will not."
Okay,
And when I said this to Justice G.A. Majitia, he realized, and in that particular process,
okay,
he said, "I will not prove Shakespeare wrong." He accepted that.
very well.
Another thing about the judicial temper as such, which is
Yes.
very important in judicial training. I could have shared this when I would have come to Lord Denning, but since we are talking about judicial temper, Lord Denning used to hear cases on Mondays of those who wanted to argue in person, not
Yes.
through a lawyer, but in person. On a particular Monday, a lady argued a matter. She was heard, given a patient hearing, and ultimately Lord Denning found that there was no merit in that. He dismissed that. The lady got furious.
Okay.
There were books lying in front. She picked up a book and threw at Lord Denning.
Oh God.
He ducked, and before he could realize what had happened, the second book came flying across to him, and the third one, in a split second. He didn't say a word. He was cool about it. And when the lady found that he's not saying anything, she walks up to the exit door and says, "How cool, even in a war situation." And she walks out.
Okay.
After she had gone out, Lord Denning says, "I dismissed her petition. She got provoked." And
Okay.
that was the end of it.
Right.
You know,
Very well
that's
observed. Yes.
another thing which I would share. We had a regional conference in Guwahati, Assam High Court, Guwahati High Court. Justice A.K. Goyal was the Chief Justice. He inaugurated that conference.
Justice Adarsh Goyal.
A.K. Goyal,
A.K. Goyal. Yes.
Adarsh Kumar Goyal,
Yes.
yes, who
Yes.
later became a judge of the
Supreme Court.
Supreme
Yeah.
Court, and the Green Bench. He had headed the Green Bench
Yes.
also. Now, the conference was around the theme of a role of courts in upholding the rule of law. He had been my student.
Okay.
In the inaugural address, he says, "Dr. Gupta taught me rule of law." And in that particular process, he defined what rule of law is, or he explained rule of law by saying, "Rule of law is a handsome son
Okay.
of an ugly mother."
Wonderful. Okay.
And he explained that. He remembered something which had been taught to him in 1973, and the conference was in 2014.
Okay.
He
So he
remembered
had
that.
remembered that.
He remembered that
Yes.
and explained that. That made me again very happy about it as such.
Great.
I thought I would
Yes.
share these.
Thank you. Now we move to the next question, and before that, I'd like to tell the viewers and show this book, My Journey with Law and Justice, authored by Professor Balram K. Gupta. And this book is by Law and Justice, as I indicated, more than 330 pages and in hardbound. You may like to read it, all those who are interested to know Professor Balram Gupta's journey in law domain, dunning various caps. And my next question is related to this, that how is it and why that you successfully cultivated the style of writing simple English and short sentences. And the second part of this question is also tell the viewers about your association and interaction with Lord Denning. Although you just
Yes,
mentioned earlier, but please do include that also.
please. See, I was in 1978, 34 years old, and I was working at the London School of Economics with Professor J.A.G. Griffith. After about a week or 10 days, Professor Griffith asked me, "Have you visited Lord Danning's court?" I said, "No." He says, "You're missing free entertainment." That was his introduction to
Way of
me,
putting it across to you.
putting it, putting it to me. I had prior to that read some of his judgments. Simple English, short sentences. And I was wondering that why he was writing in short sentences, what must have led. And when I read about his autobiography, in the sense, the family story, he was a student of mathematics.
Mathematics, you
Simple
said.
mathematics,
Yes.
yes. Now, symbols are used in mathematics, short symbol. He developed the style of writing short sentences in that particular process. That was
Yes.
the beginning, as such, the background in which he did. I made it a point to visit his court, and trust me, it was such a comfortable experience that one could feel. A lawyer or a barrister can give the very best if the court atmosphere is comfortable, congenial. Otherwise, if the judge makes the courtroom atmosphere tense, surcharged, the lawyer is not in a position to give the very best as such. That is for sure. I've experienced myself, different courts. You know, he was walking up and down on the dais. He's questioning the barrister very softly, politely, and sometimes with a little humor also as such. Everything is being recorded so that he is not to. One of the dilemmas of a judge is sitting for long hours.
Okay.
And Lord Denning, I found that he was walking up and down the
Okay.
dais,
Pacing up and down. Yes.
pacing up and down. That was something which I thought
Yes.
was remarkable, absolutely. And when I'm talking about this, let me also share another incident from an English court only, though it is not connected with Lord Denning, but I would like to share
Yes.
that also.
Most certainly.
Yes. See, an English judge used to bring his pet dog to the courtroom.
To the courtroom.
Yes,
Inside. Yes.
yes. I have even cited that particular example in my book as such. He used to bring the pet dog. The pet dog was very well tamed, will not disturb the court at all, sitting on the side, and the judge is hearing the matter. The barrister is arguing. So the case was going on, the barrister was arguing. Then suddenly the judge started looking at the pet dog. The barrister stopped. The judge asked him, "Why have you stopped?" He says, "My lord was in consultation, and therefore
My Lord was in consultation.
Yeah,
Therefore, I thought it better to stop.
that's right.
Yes,
We normally
very well put
lawyers,
in. Yes,
normally the lawyer stops when they two judges
yes.
consult each other, talk to each other. And he says you were in consultation, and I thought I must pause for that matter.
The lesson must have gone home.
That's right.
Yes,
But the judge said, even he is not agreeing with you. And
good.
let me also
This
share
ready
another,
wit. Yes,
let me also share another incident which happened in the Calcutta High Court. See, the courtroom was adjoining the boundary wall. Serious matter was being argued. Barrister was arguing a matter. Indian lawyer, but a barrister. He had done his bar at law
yes.
from England. Now, suddenly, outside the courtroom, the boundary wall, outside that, an ass started braying.
Okay.
Gradually, the braying got louder and louder and louder. And the situation was, it was disturbing the court proceedings inside. When it was disturbing so badly, the judge says, one at a time, please.
Good one. One at a time, please.
One at a time, please.
Hmm.
And the lawyer says, I thought it was the echo of the court.
So these are good repartees and wonderful
That's
wit which
right.
one gets to know.
See, I had met Lord Denning during that visit of mine with the in England as such with Professor Gifford.
And you were only 34.
I was 34 only.
Yes.
Uh, I was working on my doctoral thesis on ombudsman at that time. And I went to interact with Lord Denning on the institution of ombudsman, and in England they call it parliamentary commissioner. I have a one full hour recorded interaction with Lord Denning. Trust me, it was something which I treasure even now. The way he talks, the way he writes, so pleasing.
Okay.
I came back, I finished my doctoral thesis. Of course, my doctoral thesis is not in Lord Denning writing style. But after I had finished and I had come back, I wrote a piece on Lord Denning which appeared in Supreme Court cases, journal part. And that piece is written in short sentences in Lord Denning style. And that piece was appreciated so much, which encouraged me to develop the
Adopt that
habit.
style.
That's right.
Yes.
Develop that style as such for
Yes.
that matter. You know, in fact, I had also interacted with Justice Krishna Iyer, whose language is very difficult, but hugely contributory for that matter. But the two, Lord Denning and Krishna Iyer, are two
Two
judges, both
poles.
language wise.
Yes.
I talked to Justice Krishna Iyer. I said, why do you write in such tough, difficult language?
You asked him.
I asked him.
Okay.
And his response was, language is a tool which you learn to use. And once you have learned to use it, it's difficult to change. It becomes a part of you. It's understandable. I mean, your writing style you develop right from the beginning, and it goes along with you. And it is true of Krishna Iyer, Justice Krishna Iyer, that he writes difficult language and he speaks the same way also. He spoke the same way also. I've heard him many times over as such. But I thought to myself, why not try to write in short sentences?
I like to just interrupt here.
Ah,
You see, Justice Krishna Iyer or someone in a similar position may be in the habit of thinking and speaking or even writing judgments in a particular style. But all this, that one is used to that, one writes like that, one thinks like that, and one writes the judgments like that, has no connection whether the judgment and his reasoning is understood easily by a common person, a common lawyer, or a common judge. But I'll leave it at that. Please continue.
Even you are absolutely right.
Ji,
A particular statute, a legislation, was couched in a difficult language.
ji,
And now, in a judgment interpreting that provisions, his language was tougher than the language used
yes,
in the legislation. It happens sometimes. See, he didn't write for the common man.
yes,
He developed law for the common man, but it did not use the language which could be used by or understood by the common man. Let's leave it at that. I started writing my papers, research papers, in short sentences.
so you made a concerted, a clear effort to write short sentences, simple words that can
Yes,
convey your message to the reader.
absolutely. Absolutely. You would find some of the essays in this particular book of mine,
Yes,
which were written during my time as I was teaching. They are in short sentences in telling style,
yes,
writing style, judging the judges for that matter. I mean, I did that. When I came to the profession, my petitions also used to be written in short sentences. The other book, Shaping the Judges, Justice Kanan, who had come from Madras High Court to the Punjab and Haryana High Court, I used to have regularly my cases before him. And he has contributed an essay in the second book, Shaping the Judges. And in that he says, Dr. Gupta's petitions were an economy of words. He used Hemingway economy of words. That's the expression that
yes,
he used. And he says it was so easy to understand. Even the factual canvas would run like a story, woven from one step to another as such. And the beauty was, he says in that essay, he would confine his arguments within the ambit of the petition, would not travel beyond that.